Hey everyone, this is Gabriel. We work with gym owners and help them systematize client acquisitions for good. And we have a killer process that our clients use to close anywhere between 80% and plus actually of the people who are getting them through the doors on day one without any objections. Like the good old. We love it. Need to think about it, all the spouse objections. And I'm going to give you the exact way we handle this. This is going to be a step-by-step process on how you can crush those objections and make sure people make a decision on day one. Because as you may know, as a gym owner, you may get people in for some form of a trial where they are not incentivized to take a decision on the first go. And therefore, what's going to happen is you tend to have those people that just want to keep doing the pass or keep having the things. But what you see in the end, as the number tells, is like, oh, actually, most of the people are telling me that they are coming back to me never do. So we built a bulletproof process that's going to get pretty much every single one of those, I would say, comfortably, if you're good at this, at least 9 out of 10 of the people. And if you're really good at it and simply follow what I'm going to lay out to you, you're going to get everybody to make a decision. Either it's going to be a no or yes. That's fine. Because some people are just not going to be, they're not going to be signing up. And that's fine. The thing is, we just don't want to make sure we have some maybes. And we also want to make sure we maximize the yeses, all right? And that's going to show you exactly how we do that. There are multiple layers to this, so follow through the whole video and you're going to understand everything and all the steps. But if you implement all the steps, I guarantee you, you're going to be able to handle every single one of those and get this cash fast. Now, that was enough rambling from me. Let's go ahead and jump this. So, first step, if you read The Art of War from Sun Tzu, the best way to handle a fucking objection is to make sure it never comes up in the first place. Duh. But how do you do that? Great. By having an offering and having a structure that makes it so that they are incentivized to make a decision now. Remember what I said in the beginning of the video. Let's say you're running a free pass, for example. They can just come back to you and make a decision in 6 months from now, no, 2 weeks, 2 days, 10 years. Like, they are not incentivized to make a decision now, which is a bummer because then they're going to be like, they have another reason. Actually, they are incentivized to do the opposite, which is think about it. Now, how do we prevent that in the first place? By making sure we reward, incentivize is just a fancy word to say, hey, we reward the fact that you're not going to make a decision to. That's why we structure the offering we do with our clients like this. Follow this. This is going to get, I would say, 7 out of the 10 objections you're going to get around this are simply going to disappear if you simply implement this. But you definitely want to keep going until the end because you're going to be able to handle the 3-1 that left. You're going to create an offer. You're going to do step 1. Create an offer that incentivize to make a decision now. And how do you do that? You make something that's going to be available only for first time visitors. So basically the thing is that when you do something like this, technically if people come back in your gym and tell you, I want to take advantage of this offer, they won't be able to. And it has to be real because if not, people are simply not going to make a decision. Some of you may feel like, oh, we're pushing people a bit or anything like this, but I guarantee you guys, the people that are coming into your gym didn't came by their own. They likely came through some advertising or anything like this. There is some convincing to do because if they were ready mentally to do the work and actually being a gym and showing up every single day, they wouldn't be having a problem here. But you got to realize that their mindset is a bit off at the moment. That's why you need to get them in the doors and then change their mindset so that you can change their lives. But before you got to get them in the doors and actually make them tell yes to you. So that's why you're going to get this deal that's only available for first time visitors. So let's say you're running 10-day free pass, for example. People coming into the doors, great. First workout, you let them do their workout. Then in the end, you take them apart and you, hey, I have a few questions to ask you. Do your sales and all that. Then you drop the offer. Now, the thing that we saw worked the best when the type of offer, based on the type of offer that you show to them when you're in front of them, is that it has to have a tangible amount of dollars they should be able to save if they sign up today. Now, again, if you frame it correctly, you can make it way bigger than what actually it is, when it actually is, but let me actually show you what we mean. Typically what we do is we ask our partners if they're able to just, I'm going to actually take the red one for that, to kill the setup fee if they sign up today, setup fee. And what we do too, most gyms have this structure where if you sign up for longer term engagements, which is what you want anyway, people are going to be saving some dollars on a monthly basis. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be also promoting your longer term, which is also going to get you a bunch of cash flow that's going to be kind of consistent month over month, which is great. And then you're going to promote, as I mentioned, you, let's say 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, whatever it is, options. And then what you do is you say something along those lines. Hey, Stephanie, we only give this offer for first time visitors and first time comers only, but it seems like an incredible fit and I'm extremely excited to show you. As we mentioned, your goal is going to take 6 months to achieve. And so typically this would be $100 per month, but with this offer we have for first-time visitors, which normally should be $100 a month plus $50 setup. We're going to be waiving the setup fee, and instead of making it $100 per month, it's going to be $75 per month. So you're really looking at saving, do the math on that, but then you show that, hey, basically this saving of dollars you're going to get, which is best to be around $100 to $300. That's what we see is best, $100 to $300 in savings if they sign up now. That's really what you want. If they do it now. Meaning if they don't do it now, they don't get it. As simple as that. But that's going to get 7 out of 10 other people to actually go ahead and make a decision. Thanks, Gabriel. No problem. But then you're still going to have some people who are going to be like, I still want to think about it. I want to take advantage of the trial a bit more, see the feel. I'm not really sure. Then we go into the real objection stuff, which you're going to absolutely love, because sometimes people are going to be like, okay, cool, that sounds great, but I need to think about it. Then we have a process which is going to be the exact same. So I could go into like the exact specific models we use for our clients, but what I'm going to be giving you is the framework that outlines both of those situations, the need to think about it and the spouse one, because this is the exact same kind of structure we use. And then what you do is you're going to be able to kind of word it in your own word, because most of the times it's not about the words you actually say. It's most importantly about your conviction and the way you handle it, and just not giving up when the objections come up. But the words don't really matter that much. It's just like stick until you handle this objection, you put them in your frame, and you have a way and a structure that you understand. That's the most important thing, and that's what I'm going to be providing to you. So let's say this doesn't work. That's going to do a lot of the job for you. Let's say it doesn't work out all the time, and you get some of them that are still want to think about it or talk to their spouse. This structure works every single damn time. Number two, what you're going to be doing. Number two, what you do is you simply disregard the objection. You discard it, and you try to just go over it. Why? Because those two, most often, they are just smoke screens. They are not real. Who needs to go ahead and actually think about doing something they've been thinking about for years now to change their life and improve it for the better? Nobody. Who needs the approval of their spouse? Most likely, nobody. Maybe like 1%. Besides this, in most cases, this is BS. So what you're going to be doing is the first time this happens, you handle it, but you don't take it seriously. So let's say we have somebody that tells, okay, I want to think about it. Great, I've been actually dying to make myself a coffee now. Do you want one, by the way? Great. What I'm going to be doing is make both of us a coffee. And after this, I leave you some time to think about it while I'm making that, and then we can just have a chat about that, you know? I gave them, it's like I gave it to you, but I didn't give it to you. You know what I mean? And then they're either going to be yes, or like, actually, I need to think about this specifically. I really want to go ahead and think about it on my own time. Then, you know, it has more power than what you thought it is, because most people just say this so that you don't try to handle objection and don't do a decision now because they're scared about making a big change. You're going to get some people in to actually go ahead and make a decision here. Now, if it doesn't work, you're going to step number 3, which is going to be checking the temperature. So you're going to be checking where they're at. Check the temperature. Sorry guys, I'm in France, so you use Celsius, but you can use your Fahrenheit if you want. But anyway, you get the idea. What you're going to be doing is checking if this is something they want to be doing or not. Because if not, there are no real okay, there is nothing you can handle here. There's nothing tangible that can be handled. Because typically, as I mentioned, to get back on the fact this is a smoke screen, most likely it's a smoke screen because usually when people need to think about it or talk to their spouse, it's because they have other concerns hidden behind this, which can be one of 3 things actually. It can either be around price, it can either be something around the product or logistics, for example, or it can be something fitness related. So it can be, oh, actually, I don't want to tell you, but the price is way too steep for me and I don't want to pay that much because in my mind, fitness is only this amount and you are paying triple that. This can be an objection, but they don't want to tell it to you because they don't want to hurt you. So they just tell you, I need to think about it. So it can also be, for example, yeah, but I don't know if, let's say, the meal plan is for me. I've tested an in plan before. I don't already know about that. They don't want to tell it to you. That's why they tell you, I need to think about it. Or I tell you, I need to talk to my spouse. Or it can be, let's say, oh, I have a bad knee, I have an injury. That's going to be fitness, things related. Oh, I've got a bad knee and injury, and I don't know if I can make it to those programs and actually make sure it's going to be, I can follow through properly. Those are the 3 objections that it typically hides under those. All right. So what you're going to be doing first is, okay, check in the first place if this is something they want to do. So we're on step 3 here. You're going to say something along those lines. Hey, Stephanie, that's not a problem at all. Like, just to double check, is this something on paper you really want to do? Is this something that you feel is going to get you to your goals? And I'll tell you yes or no. And then if they tell you no at any point, you're like, okay, so why do you feel like it's not a 10 out of 10 for you? What do you feel is missing? Because most likely it is, you just didn't show it to them. Or or you can maybe do something a bit different for them. This program is not for them, but this next one is actually for them, which is going to fulfill them. You just have to find a bit more to see what's the specific thing they are lacking, what it is actually. And so you check and you say, okay, but most likely they're going to tell you yes. Yeah, it really is for me, but I just need to think about it. No problem. After you did the check, what you're going to be doing is you're going to handle the rejection on the go. You pull the future into the present. The future in the present. And how do you do that? What we're trying to do here is say, okay, what may come up then that makes you want to go ahead and think about it now. So the way I phrase it typically is, okay, cool, so when you go ahead and you think about it, what do you feel may come up then that may possibly come up now that makes you want to go ahead and do that? What we are doing right now is, okay, the visualizing in their heads, like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead, come to my house, talk to my spouse, and this is going to come up. What we try to do here is to get them to tell you this thing now in front of you, because then you can handle it, all right? Then you can handle it in this situation. And at this point, you may have the people that are like, this is going to handle like 99% of the people, but this next one is going to be like, hey, everybody is going to get close on this. So most often, this structure is going to be way more than enough to get most of the people close. But if in the worst case scenario, we have a damn strong strategy to make sure we finish this one, and that you're gonna get either yes or no, but most likely a yes if you handle your sales pitch and the presentation properly. But that's not the subject of this video. But anyway, I'm gonna give you the thing that, okay, if you have people like, oh yeah, but I don't make decisions on the first day, or we always make decisions, like things like that are based around their identity, like, oh, I'm not this type of person that makes decisions on the go. You try to handle it, but those guys are really stubborn, and you're like, I wasn't able to make anything out of this situation. So you follow the process, and when you get to these points and it didn't work till yet, you get boy out. What you do is you do card on file. I'm sorry for my handwriting. As you can see, I didn't do article. I'm not the best. But you do the card on file strategy, which is extremely simple, because remember, this only works, however, if you implement a structure like this. Because remember, that incentivized to make a decision now. If they go, this disappears. Literally. And you gotta be, like, you gotta make sure it's a real thing. If you like, oh yeah, you can come back, and they do it, it just falls apart. Make sure you're strict around this. If you are, and you do things correctly, this is something you can be using, and this way you're sure that the people are going to be able to make a decision. I'm going to be showing you exactly how you handle this one and how you do it. Jessica, you can go ahead and think about it. That's not a problem. However, as with this discussion that we had, I'm so convinced this is an incredible fit. It would kill me to just not get you the savings you could be getting by signing up today, because literally, like, I'm very serious with this, but take this very seriously. If you come out of the doors and you come back in 2 days and you ask me to sign up at this price, you wouldn't be able to, literally. Because this is an incredible fit, I want to make sure I hold your spot, because we only have so few spots available. This offer is going crazy right now. So what I can do, tell you what, you can go ahead and think about this. I'm just going to be needing to get your credit card on file. I won't charge you until the end of the trial period that you're having, all right? Not a problem at all. But it's just so I can hold your spot. That way, you just come back, let's say in 2 to 3 days from now, you tell me yes or no. If yes, we go ahead at the price and I can keep the incentive-based pricing. If not, no worries, I just cancel everything and you're not going to get charged from me at all. That way I can hold the spot. Sounds fair? You do it that way. And if you do it that way, you're going to get people to either, number one, you're going to get them to pay, and they're going to be incentivized to actually, oh, come back, oh shit, because if not, if I don't tell them no, then I'm gonna get charged. You can see why this is an incredible strategy, and it works every single time. So please use this. Use this. Abuse from this one, because it's gonna work like bananas for you, my friends. So this is the process that you can see. By the way, if you do struggle to get people to the point where they're in front of you in the first place, to get people into your gym, anywhere between 1 to 3 people a day, that's what we average. You can click the first link in the description. There is a pitch. Made sure I didn't pitch in this video, but because I value your time. But if you want to check it out, there it is. You can check it out. Besides this, leave a like, leave a comment of what kind of results you got from this strategy, because I'm so excited to see the results you're gonna be getting from this, because our bonus, as I mentioned, close 80% of the deals that we get to their doors with this thing, so it's gonna work out pretty nice for you too. So yeah, Gabriel, see you on the next one. Your favorite French dude. See you on the next one. Au revoir.